Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, where you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our 2013 Motorcycle Touring and Commuting Boot Guide at RevZilla.com. So in this video, I'm going to walk through a handful of different boots. These are staple boots at RevZilla.com. Some are new, some are perennial favorites. These are multi-season touring and commuting boots. Fuller height, better protection, more longevity. These should be better supportive boots, especially in those longer distance riding scenarios. Every boot I have on the table is going to be waterproof. We have a collection that I'm going to start with. We're going to be sub $200, and they're going to use different waterproof breathable membranes. And then the last four are going to be Gore-Tex, north of $200, and become a bit more technical for more seasoned riders. Now, again, if we look at the table in front of me too, you're going to notice different styles of boots from different categories and different manufacturers. I have a detailed breakdown video on every boot on the table. And keep in mind, you can click right here and shop this collection at RevZilla.com as part of our 2013 guide series. We have sport and race boots. We have V-twin boot guide. We have a riding shoe and short cuff boot guide. This is touring and commuting. There are also guides for different categories. Keep that in mind. Moving into my first boot on the table. This is the Tourmaster Solution 2.0, an iteration over the very popular Solution boot. It's going to be sub $120. In my opinion, I'm going to call it entry level. It's a basic touring boot, classically styled, leather upper, waterproof breathable membrane, lighter weight on the protection than some of the boots that we see moving down the table, but it comes in wide sizes as well, up to size 14 from Tourmaster. A basic no-brainer option if you're looking to move into this category. Moving to the second boot, which is really kind of an iteration of the Solution 2.0. This is the Firstgear Kili High. Different style, similar price point. It's going to come in around that $135 mark. Notice the stitching that you see a little bit more, the different style sole. Again, if we move to the inside, slight upgrades. You're getting a shift panel now that's enunciated here with this PU panel, and then a different material on the inside for the zippered entry and exit point. It's going to be a waterproof liner. It's not going to be Gore-Tex. But again, Firstgear has really upgraded their boots, and it made sense. You know, if you're on the fence, it really comes down to style between the two of these, which one you might pick. The third boot under $200 is a different flavor. This is the Icon Rain waterproof boot at $170. Black version, gray version, as well as a ladies version. Look at the profile of this boot. This screams sportier riding, more aggressively styled type of rider. Still waterproof, still going to be a zipper on the inside for entry and exit. Notice an interface panel here for your shift pad, but notice the TPR on the front. A little bit beefier protection, external protection in the Rain here from Icon. This is not a new boot for this year. This boot was around last year. Rock solid. People have had a phenomenal experience. Heck, I rode Alaska. One of the guys on the trip with me riding an Icon patrol outfit was also rocking this Rain boot. So again, keep that in mind. Rock solid option under $200. Moving now into our Gore-Tex category. And remember, everything you're going to see is a little more technical, a little more styled, a little more premium. But Gore-Tex means waterproof, breathable, guaranteed for life. It gives your foot the best chance to not just be waterproof, but to breathe and not get clammy, not get sweaty. Allow your foot to have that perspiration out through that membrane. Also, if your foot ever gets wet because there's a puncture in the Gore-Tex membrane, it is replaceable. It's guaranteed for life. That's what you're investing in. The first boot is $250. This is the Dainese Nighthawk. It was a juggernaut last year. Classic Italian, sexy style, very progressive, fashion-inspired skywalk sole. Notice the zipper on the outside, integrated PU shift panel. You can see it from Dainese at the $250 mark. It just sets its own really style here, and that's why we've included it. Also, it's the shortest, what I'm going to consider, full height touring and commuting boot in the mix. That's the Dainese Nighthawk. Next, we have a more classic Italian option. Euro-inspired. This is the TCX X-5 Plus Gore-Tex. Internally we joke around, we call it the X-5 Plus Star, the X-5 Star. Everybody that's worn this boot, and there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that have had a great experience with this classically styled, full-height, $240 Gore-Tex boot. They love it. They're having a phenomenal experience. If we note the way that it's laid out, there's no surprises here. It just performs really, really well. Does that make it the Tom Petty of touring boots? I'm not quite sure. But the TCX X-5, if it appeals to your style, you can't go wrong at sub $250. Moving into our next category. This is really a sport boot. This is a race-inspired boot. This is the TRQ Tour Gore-Tex. And you can notice that big scuff on the side. This is my boot. This is what I ride when I'm riding my Multistrada 1200S. This is the same boot. This is my boot that I wore when I did the Italian Legendary Tour with Dainese a few years ago. I love this boot. Gore-Tex, sport, rear entry and exit, taking a lot of the DNA off the TRQ or Torque series of boots from Dainese. Full height protection, full height shin protection. It's a race boot that's now Gore-Tex, built for sport touring in terrible weather. Big fan of this boot. You've heard me talk about it in the past. $330 from Dainese. And the last boot on the table is the Sidi On Road Gore-Tex boot. The Sidi On Road Gore-Tex is full height leather, the highest boot on the table. Very classic, but muted in its design. It's going to be about a BC width because it is from Sidi. Notice even this big shin protection pad, and notice the classic work boot style sole. There are a lot of guys that think of themselves as really V-twin or cruiser guys, Harley-Davidson customers. They just want a badass full height boot and then appreciate the value of getting caught in the rain and having Gore-Tex on your feet. Most expensive boot on the table at $350. There's also a little brother to this boot around the same price point called the Sidi Canyon. You should check that out as well. And they do make a mega version of the boot. I believe it's a Sidi Mega Rain, which is going to be a wider footbed. So keep in mind, detailed breakdown on every one of these boots. I went really, really quickly. You can home in on style or price point, pick any one of these boots, you'll have a phenomenal experience. And remember, click right here to shop the collection at RevZilla.com as part of our guide series. As always, we ship for free, exchange for free, no restock fees if you need to send it back to us. And we're really happy to talk to you. Give our Gear Geeks a shout, 877-792-9455, or see us at RevZilla.com if you want to walk through the nuances of anything I've showed you today. Thanks for watching our 2013 motorcycle touring and commuting waterproof boot guide at RevZilla.com. I'm Anthony. See you next time.